Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to A Golden Wake. Mr. Merrick here has given us 3 tasks to prove that we're worthy of working for him, and honestly I'm not thrilled by the prospect of any of them because they feel like they're borderline crimes, and that is not something that I feel like we want to get into. It seems like we probably will have to get into them though. We've got the holdout, publicity and the plans.
I'll just get to it then. I wish you the best of luck.
And I guess we get into it. Let's take our hat on the way out. Oh, we can take our hat when we leave. Does that mean he'll just take it automatically? Oh yeah, he will, because we can leave it in the hotel room, but I guess we can't just leave it anywhere. Alright, well, out we go. 3 jobs to do. Let's, how do we get to the map? Here? Yeah, cool. Okay, so we've got Flagler Street, we've got Miami Herald, we've got Riley's Real Estate, and we've got Anastasia Avenue. I don't know if there's like an order you have to do these in. We're here, so maybe we just go around the map. So let's go to the Miami Herald. Is this the place where we've got to steal something?
Quite an operation they've got going on in here.
Hello, sir. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Thank you very much. I'm just going to look around. There's a framed newspaper on the wall. It seems to be about the day the Great War ended. Okay, and we've got a memo board. The bulletin board contains several memos and notes for all the Herald employees. We've got a reporter here. The reporter is typing up a story. You wonder what it might be about. Another reporter. The reporter is busily typing away. You always envied writers for their ability to just keep producing content. And then another memo board, which is the same deal. We've got an employee. Herald employee seems to be going over some layouts at a table in the back of the room. There's a door here. The glass pane on the door indicates that it leads into the office of the editor-in-chief. Okay, so I guess, should we just like talk to people?
May I have a moment?
You may.
Let's ask about herself.
I'm Alfie Banks, and I believe you have the advantage.
Marjorie Stoneman Douglas.
Pleasure. What is it you do around here, Miss Douglas?
I write articles, conduct interviews, and investigate stories. I'm what's commonly referred to in this business as a reporter.
Cool.
I suppose that was a bit of a silly question on my part.
Well, at least you can admit to it. That puts you ahead of most.
Coral Gables.
Have you reported anything on George Merrick's Coral Gables project?
Don't know that I'd have to. He spent a small fortune on advertising. I doubt there's a single person in town who hasn't heard of it by now.
That may not exactly be the case. Mr. Merrick asked me to come here and inquire about possibly getting someone to do a bit of publicity for me.
Yeah.
Suddenly it all becomes clear. Let's get something straight right now. I'm not some dumb Dora at anyone's beck and call. If Merrick wants a reporter in his pocket, it'll have to be someone else. I'm far too busy to find myself on the leash of some land developer and his cronies.
Okay, we've got a deal. The Herald in Miami. Is this to like make a deal? Maybe we hold off on that.
Do you enjoy your work here?
I do, although to be completely frank, it's gotten a bit tedious. Granted, what I'm doing now is much better than what I did when I started, that being the society column. Back then, things were so slow I made up half my stories.
It certainly seems like there's a lot going on in town these days.
I won't argue with you on that point, but we'll see what the future brings. Maybe I'll take a crack at going out on my own. We've managed to get the vote. I see no reason why a woman can't make a name for herself as a freelance writer.
Good point. Miami?
Anything you can tell me about Miami?
When I first got here, this was no more than a glorified railroad terminal. There were less than 5,000 people and the streets were made of white dust. Now we've got hundreds, if not thousands, of new faces showing up every day and are constantly expanding. I bet it won't be long before some other fool tries draining the Everglades to make more room.
Alright, a deal.
Now, let's not be so hasty. I'm sure Mr. Merrick isn't looking for a lapdog, just someone who can provide some help. Maybe we can reach some sort of agreement.
Now that you mention it, maybe we can. Okay, I'll help you out if you do me a favor first.
Of course.
Name it.
There's a story I've been following, but I've hit a bit of a roadblock. Are you familiar with Jeremiah Miller?
No.
Afraid not. Who is he?
He's a local politician, county commissioner in fact, very outspoken on the subject of prohibition. I have reason to believe, however, that he's full of hot air. Unfortunately, I've never been able to get close enough to him to see if my hunch is right.
So, where do I come in?
Miller enjoys spending his time at the Miami Men's Club on Brickell Avenue. I figure if he's going to indulge in any illicit pastimes, that would be his ideal spot. As I am of the fairer sex and therefore not allowed inside, I need someone I can trust to get in there and see if I'm right.
And you trust me?
Not particularly, but you're my best hope, and you need my help. So I figured you've got the best chance of actually getting this done.
So, if I catch Miller in the act, what then?
Bring me some sort of proof of his hypocrisy, be it a photograph or a signed confession. I'm not fussy.
I'll see what I can do. I'll see you around.
Count on it.
So we've got some snooping to do. Fantastic. Can we talk to... Probably best not to distract him. We have nothing to say to him. Can we go? Can't go over there. We have no business with the editor-in-chief. Alright, so it looks like we might have to head out then. So we've got a... oh, okay. Miami Men's Club. So it looks like we can go to the Miami Men's Club to do the reporter's request. Or we can go and, I guess, check out the other things. The other ones. I feel like maybe we just focus on one at a time. I don't want to convolute things too much, so let's just follow up on this for now. We'll just go in a more linear fashion rather than opening up several different tasks at once, I think. Okay, so we've got some paintings. This painting depicts a man in a safari outfit standing triumphantly on a dead water buffalo. You feel a bit sorry for the poor creature. The man in this painting is smoking a cigar and looks particularly arrogant. Hopefully this doesn't represent the typical members of this club. I'm sure it does. Oh, I don't want to go to the club lounge. I was just trying to look at
Begging your pardon, sir,
painting.
but where exactly do you think you're going?
I was looking at this
Only
fine...
members of this club are allowed in there, and I don't believe that you are.
You don't know that. We may well be a member of this club. You don't know what you're talking about. The cabinet contains several trophies honouring achievements ranging from hunting to archery to golf. Lovely. It was a door. The plain wooden door leads into another room. You see nothing to indicate what might be on the other side. Okay, interesting. Can we go in here? The door is locked. Fantastic. Okay. There's a clerk. The men's club clerk stands behind his podium, carefully watching everyone who enters and exits. He exudes an air of extreme superiority and probably considers his job more important than that of even President Harding. Alright, should we talk to him? Will he even talk to us?
Begging your pardon, my good man.
Yes,
Ah. Let's ask his name.
I didn't catch your name.
that's because I didn't pitch it. You can call me Morris if you need anything.
Morris.
Of course, how much I'll actually be able to serve you remains to be seen.
Morris. Any relation to Evan Morris from New York?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, well, I guess that helps my chances of getting into this club at least.
Okay, Miami Men's Club.
This seems a rather exclusive establishment.
Yes, sir, it is. Did you need something in particular, or did you prefer to stand around all day discussing the obvious?
He's very standoffish, isn't he? Okay, let's ask about membership.
Let's say, hypothetically speaking, that someone wanted to join your club. How would one go about doing so?
It's a rather simple three-step process.
Okay.
1, you have to be a man.
Tick.
I believe you've already met that requirement.
Yeah, nice.
2, you must prove your pedigree. We don't just allow anyone in off the street. Finally, you need to have a respected member of the community vouch for you.
Right.
Once you've done that, it's a simple matter of waiting to be contacted for approval.
Okay, interesting.
Let's say, how would
Okay,
It's
so
a
we've
1, 2, final
We've already done that. So 3 steps. So we've got to get someone to vouch for us, and we've got to be whatever the other thing was.
Are you familiar with a gentleman by the name of Jeremiah Miller?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Come on, I know for a fact that he's a member of this club.
Then why did you ask me?
Because I want to know what you know about him.
As I said, I'm not at liberty to discuss members of this club with non-members. I'm sure you understand.
Fine. Okay, so let's ask about
Let's
this
say,
again.
how would one go?
It's a rat 1,
Yeah,
2,
we've done
you
that.
must prove your pedigree. We don't just allow anyone in off the street. Finally, you need to have a respected member of the community vouch for you. Once you've done that, it's a simple matter of waiting to be contacted for approval.
Fine.
I'm afraid I must be going.
Good day to you, sir.
So we're going to need to prove ourselves as like a member of the community or whatever, and we're going to have someone vouch for us, someone high up. Now I'm guessing someone high up could well be our new friend MERRICK. He could probably vouch for us. So it's just going to be a case of how do we prove our standing in society or whatever. Anyway, let's go in and see if MERRICK will vouch for us. He's the only person I can think of at the moment. And it's going to help with his tasks that he gave us, so I would imagine he'll do it.
Come in.
Hello, Mr. Merrick.
Thanks. A pleasure to see you. Please, have a seat.
Thank you, we shall do indeed. Okay. Publicity.
What about your need for publicity?
Any project, no matter how good it is doomed to fail if nobody knows about it. I've managed to secure some decent advertising, but I feel we need something more. The story of Coral Gables needs to make headlines. I'd like you to head over to the Miami Herald building and see if you can befriend a reporter or two. Having a journalist in our corner would do wonders for our advertising.
Okay, joining the men's club.
I was wondering if I could ask a favor of you.
What might that be?
I'm trying to join the Miami Men's Club, and I need someone to vouch for me.
A society climber on your first day in town?
It's not quite like that.
I understand. Sometimes this business makes us do things we weren't expecting.
You're telling me.
Very well. Give me 1 moment and I'll have Miss Rogers type up a letter for you.
Oh, cool. Okay, that was relatively simple. Is that it?
She's typing it up for you right now.
Thank you, Mr. Merrick.
Oh,
My pleasure.
okay, cool.
I'll just get to it then.
I wish you the best of luck.
So we're going to need to also do the other requirement. Have we got anything? We've got some fake plans that we need to switch. We've got a photograph, a note, and some money. Can we? Okay, the note is the sales technique. Just some money. Photograph is of our father. Now, our father was a person of standing, wasn't he? Because he had his own thing. So I wonder if maybe we can potentially use that.
Here you are, Mr. Banks.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rogers.
Okay, let's head back anyway. We've got the person to vouch for us, so we can maybe see if we can find out anything more. But perhaps if like he finds out who we are, then that might work in our favour here.
Begging your pardon, my good man.
Yes.
Okay, membership.
Let's say, how would one go?
It's a rather simple 3-step. 1, you have to be a man.
Yeah.
2, you must prove your pedigree.
Yeah,
We don't
okay.
just allow anyone in off. Finally, once.
Okay, so the pedigree
I'm
is.
afraid I must be gone.
Good day.
I imagine the pedigree is going to be.
Have a look at this. It's a letter from George Merrick sponsoring my entry into your club.
Merrick, eh? Well, he is a fairly prestigious member of the community. Very good. The club will take this into consideration when evaluating your membership application.
Good. Okay, so pedigree, I imagine, is going to be this because our dad was like a well-known person back home.
Take a look at this photo. Notice anything in particular?
It looks like you, with a mustache. If I may be frank, I'm glad you shaved it off. It doesn't really suit you.
That's my father, Hiram Banks. He was one of the top real estate moguls in the Northeast. Surely that demonstrates I have some sort of pedigree.
Yeah.
Ah, of course. While I have to admit I've never heard of the man, we have several members who surely have, being in that field.
Ah.
Very good. The club will take this into consideration when evaluating your membership application. Well, you seem to have provided sufficient information to be considered for
Nice.
membership into this club.
Nice.
Now it's just a matter of your evaluation.
How long will that take?
Oh, it all depends. Likely a week or 2. We'll contact you when the decision has been made.
I'm not sure I can wait that long.
In that case, there may be ways of expediting the process.
Right. Okay. Expediting the process, eh?
Begging your pardon, my good man.
Yes.
I think we all know what
I'm afraid I must be
expediting the
Good day to you, sir.
process means, right? A bribe, I'm sure.
Say, friend, you've really been a
Yeah.
great help today. I'd like to give you a little something for your trouble.
I suppose the question here is...
Why, thank you, Mr. Banks. Ah, well, what do you know? It seems the results of your evaluation are in, and you've passed with flying colors. Welcome to the Miami Men's Club. Please feel free to use any of the club's amenities at your leisure.
Well-
And of course, if there's anything I can do for you, please let me know.
So I wonder if maybe we didn't need to do those other things, like get the recommendation letter and show the photo. Maybe we could have just bribed him from the word go. I didn't think about that, but we have had the money and... Wait, all of our money's gone. We gave him all of our money. So yeah, I wonder if we could have just given him the money from the word go. It's possible, right? The door is locked. Okay, we still can't go into that door. Can we say anything else to this guy?
Begging your pardon, my good man.
Yes?
Now can we ask about Miller?
Are you familiar with a gentleman by the name of Jeremiah Miller?
Yes, I am. He's a member of this club. In fact, he's in the lounge right now.
What can you tell me about him?
He runs in very elite political circles, but that's about as much as I know. On a personal level, well, I really shouldn't be saying this.
Nobody else will know. My lips are sealed.
From what I've gathered, he's not particularly well liked by other club members.
Oh.
It's on account of being such a blue nose, always harping about the sins of alcohol. Of course, he's not exactly on the level himself, but I've really said too much.
I think you've said just enough. My thanks.
That could
I'm
be-
afraid I must be going.
Good day to you, sir.
That could be useful information. Alright, well, in the next episode we're going to go into the club lounge and potentially speak to this guy. Yeah, this is really cool. I'm liking these tasks and how it's getting us to do different things. I like it a lot. So as always, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to my patrons, Arcades Games, Wayne Nate, Terminally Nerdy, Paul from Phantom Fellows, Lyle, Hobo, Numinous, Kumadim, Paulione, Flossie the Sheep, JohnCon555, Chrissy, Paul James, and Zolties, and I'll see you next time.